this is. And for those of you that aren't, just chill. See, we're going to get down to the other stuff here in a second. But what I'm always trying to get everybody to understand is everything is vibration. So, before we do anything else, just vibe. Brady Beretta, what's up, baby? My bad. We're gonna take just a few minutes to let a few people trickle in, and then we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty. So that means today we're going to touch on the transits and elaborate on the aspects that might be affecting you. But then after that, we're going to get into the priceless top 5 most positive placements in astrology. Yeah. Just vibe. Just vibe. Now, if you haven't smiled yet today, now would be the perfect time to do so. And if you can't find a smile for yourself, please allow me to be the smile on your face. Because at the end of the day, all I am is the smile on your face. All I am is the motherfucking vibe. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah. This is priceless knowledge of self. We are the Vibe Tribe. There are thousands of us all over the world, so that means we're not thirsty for subscribers. No, we're not hungry for attention either. We're just gonna raise the vibration with knowledge and information. So we're gonna talk about astrology and numerology and all types of stuff to help you understand yourself and energy better, and thus raise that vibration. So if it ain't for you, swipe up, bitch. Because if you come in on some troll shit or some fuck shit, either myself or my constituents, meaning my moderators, are gonna ban you immediately. I'm talking about exile you expeditiously. And it's not out of hate, no. That's what you're doing. This is out of love. As I just stated, we have a vibration to maintain. And if you separate yourself from that, that's on you. You'll be able to observe, you just won't be able to participate. Nor should you be, because you disqualified yourself energetically. I love that vibe. Make sure you hit that CashApp for the energetic exchange. As a matter of fact, I need everybody to hit that super sticker, that super thanks, or that super chat. I'm about $50 short of my YouTube quota for the month. So I need help with that. Shoot it. Yeah. It is priceless. I appreciate it, school. Everything is vibration. What's up, Bikram Barman? Shout out to everybody from India. Oh, that's lovely. What's up, DNA? We're gonna just take a few more minutes to let a few more people trickle in. And then we're gonna get into what's going on cosmically. But first, the vibe is the most important part. See, the knowledge comes naturally because we're already tapped in. But the vibe, the vibe is everything. As I just stated, we're gonna take just a few minutes to let a few more people trickle in, and then we're gonna get down to the nitty-gritty. So that means we're gonna touch on the transits. We're gonna elaborate on the aspects that might be affecting you. But then after that, we're gonna get into the PrIcElEs top 5 most positive placements in astrology. Oh, it's Friday. That's where we at with that. Y'all go check out Famuza Mariala. Just let it seep in. shades right here. They're Ferragamo. Just fine. Make sure y'all hit the like button as you come in the door, and in doing so, understand this is not about ego. No, this is about algorithm. This just helps us expand the platform. That way, if you're not trying to hear what I'm trying to say, at least we can get out to the next motherfucker who is. You did. Straight like that. We'll get into the astrology in just a second. But first is the vibe. Yeah. Welcome to VeNuS and Sagittarius vibrational therapy. Yeah. Let that pump some motherfucking positivity into you.
Rock Legion.
That boy is Benny Hanna.
No, I am not a Sagittarius. VeNuS is now in Sagittarius. No, I'm a Cancer. Even worse. I'm a Cancer sun, Pisces moon, Libra rising. We're gonna talk about the other stuff in just a second. But let that vibe hit you first. What's up, Heather Nielsen? What's up, Orlando? Sean, what's up, baby? Yeah. I need y'all to hit that super sticker, that super thanks to that super chat today. I'm about $50 short of the YouTube quota for the month, and I need to make that. What's up, Sarah? We're about to get into the astrology in just a second. But first we vibe. First we vibe, and then you come with me to the cosmos. I'm gonna take you on a trip to the galaxy. But your feet won't leave the ground. Yeah. Watkins Cat House, Diana Sturgis. What's up with it? It's Friday. Top 5 Friday. Yeah. Now you gotta come with me on a trip to the galaxy. I'm blessed. What's up, Water Baron? Just vibe. You don't belong to me, and I don't belong to you. So the vibe is the most important part. I'm saying this. As I take you on a trip to the motherfucking galaxy.
Come with me on a trip through the galaxy. Fly high, away from misery. Come with me on a trip through the galaxy, but your feet won't leave the ground.
Oh yeah. No, we're just vibing for a few minutes. After which, we're gonna get into what's going on astrologically. And then I'm gonna do the PrIcElEs top 5 most positive placements in astrology. So just chill. Welcome to the live stream. Hit the super sticker, the super thanks, and the super chat. Let me know you fuck with me for real. This is not a music request show. We're about to get into astrology. We just gotta set the tone first. That's the Kush. Now, let's get into what's going on cosmically. See, the sun is sitting at 26 degrees of Libra. So we're coming to the end of Libra season here soon. But for the time being, our focus shifts on our relationships with other people. We see ourselves putting ourselves in other people's shoes. We see ourselves start to look at things more objectively. We might even find ourselves searching for balance. Yeah. You're trying to get everything moving in harmony. But I will ask you this. If you're so caught up in other people, who's worried about you? That's the truth. Don't ever forget that you play a part in the balance of each equation. You can't be so focused on other people that you lose sight of who you are or what you need or what you want. See, that's the truth. The sun falls in Libra because our focus shifts to others. And as I've said over this Libra season, when you're putting yourself in somebody else's shoes, who's walking in yours? Who's walking in yours? And then the sun is square to both Mars and Pluto. It's actually in one of those interesting positions to where it's separating from the square with Mars, but applying the square with Pluto. Now, separating and applying actually is exactly how it sounds. When an astrological body is separating from an aspect, that means the quicker moving body is actually moving away from the slower moving body. That means that they've already been in aspect and now they're separating away from said aspect. And applying is the opposite. The quicker moving astrological body is coming upon an aspect to the other astrological body. You dig? And so that just basically means that the sun is sitting in that T-square, all right, with Mars and Pluto, who are loosely opposite to each other, but the sun is sitting there aspecting both of them, and the aspects that the sun make are the most prominent out of all of them. And so when you have the sun square to Mars, This is where people get frustrated with themselves because they're being too tolerant or too nice. And they care about what other people think so much that it pisses them off and fucks with them. You have a lot of energy, but it's not coming out assertively. It's coming out emotionally and reactionary. It's like, oh, you made me feel some type of way, so I'm doing this. I'm doing this because I feel like you forced me to do this. It's not assertion. It's reaction. Yeah. And then when you have the sun square to Pluto, and this being Libra and Capricorn. Oh, man. This is where you have a responsibility to separate yourself from those feelings. And that's not easy for everybody to do because you're worried about what other people think. But hey, fuck that. You got responsibilities. Yes, it's okay to care about other people, but you have a responsibility to yourself and to your growth, to your health. Mental health included in that equation. Yeah. And that's hard. So, you can be caught up being too nice, or too easily influenced, or too over-conciliatory. And that creates frustration. But sometimes you need that type of frustration. That brings you to a realization. You say, you know what, fuck this shit. A change has to come. A change gots to come. Oh, that's jamming right there. And so, next we have the moon. And we're actually in a very Venetian time. The sun is a Venetian ruled sign. The moon is in a Venetian ruled sign. And then Venus has just moved into Sagittarius, which we'll talk about in just a second. But when you have the moon in Taurus, first understand this is a blessing. The moon is exalted in Taurus because it's calm, cool, collective, stable, secure, safe. Yeah. So with the moon in Taurus, people calm down, they chill out. They want to engage and indulge. See, that's the sun in Libra, the moon in Taurus. Engage and indulge. Yes, and people will be hungry. People gonna be sleepy. People gonna be indulgent. But sometimes that's what you need, is a little comfort. Yeah. That's all you need, is a little comfort. Calm down. Chill out. Go into your safe space inside of yourself. Nurture yourself. Matter of fact, don't just nurture yourself. Enjoy your motherfucking self. That's what you need to do. Enjoy it. You hear me?
Does everyone need an audition to get with you?
And the moon is largely unaspected until later on, or really, I'll say until early tomorrow morning when the moon comes into that conjunction with Uranus. But
Mr. Pretty Tony, I mean, you know the rules of the game. I mean, your bitch just chose you.
yeah.
Now we can settle this like we got some plan, so we can get
But
into gangsters.
look, I can't say people might be lazy. People might be complacent. And that can be an issue in itself, but sometimes you might need to just chill the fuck out. Sometimes you might need to stand pat. Allow yourself to get the perspective that's necessary to really enjoy, or not just enjoy, appreciate the beauty of life. And in appreciating the beauty of life doesn't mean everything is ideal in your life. It's also about appreciation, the irony of it all. And that's a foreign concept to a lot of people. How can you appreciate the irony of it all? Well, I'll tell you. Since the sun is in Libra, the moon is in Taurus, and Venus is in Sagittarius, you appreciate the irony of it all by valuing every experience. Yeah. It's like that. Now, that next brings us to Mercury. And Mercury is at 7 degrees of Scorpio. So this has people looking for the deeper meaning behind things. They don't just want to know what's going on. They want to know why this shit is happening the way that it's happening. You hear me? They don't just want to hear what you have to say. They want to know why the fuck you're saying whatever the fuck you're saying. And they're also paying attention to what's not being said. Yeah. It might be some people that get exposed during this time. But that's on you. People's thought process intensifies with Mercury and Scorpio. People start listening a little bit more. They're trying to pick up on all of those unspoken cues. People are going to be more nosy too. Maybe not just nosy. They might be investigative. Yeah, man. And the thing is, people aren't going to let you know that they're paying attention and trying to figure you out. No, they're going to put on a smile and they're going to shake your hand and they're going to listen to you intently. But it's all a ruse to hide the peevish probing that's going on behind the scenes. Because don't get it twisted, there is some peevish probing going on behind the scenes. Oh. Mercury's in Scorpio. Jupiter's in Gemini. There's gonna be some scamming going down too. Don't let me not say that. There's gonna be some motherfucking scamming. Sneaking and scamming. And people gonna be talking. You yourself might be talking. You might be doing a little too much of it. And people are paying attention to the shit you're saying. See, that's where the issue comes in, especially with Jupiter retrograde. People are paying attention to the shit that people are saying. So you better be careful before you find yourself getting fact-checked. Now you look crazy. Ooh, that beat is nasty. Uh-oh. The music done fucked up. I done blew out the motherfucking speaker. Hold on. I gotta fix the speaker, y'all. Gotta fix the speaker.
Power on.
See.
Bluetooth pairing. Bluetooth connected.
Ivan, I'm feeling beautiful. Blessed. Damn, that shit blew it again. I wonder why it's blowing the speaker. See? You just gotta laugh at the irony of it all and stay positive. Because this is gonna aggravate the fuck out of me.
Power on. Bluetooth pairing.
Like, why are you doing it?
Bluetooth connected.
Let me turn it down a little bit. Check that vibe out. What's up, Fernando Barroso? What's up to you and all of Portugal? That's a vibe right there. Hey, Beach, that bitch hidden, ain't it? Shout out to my nigga Zane. He sent me that yesterday. But anyway, that beat is hidden right there. Anyway, that brings us to Venus. And this is where Venus comes into Sagittarius. And when Venus comes into Sagittarius, love becomes an adventure. People, they want to experience things. People love positivity. But people don't want to settle either. No, there's a certain restlessness that comes into this. They want better. They expect better. They idealize better. And so you have to ask yourself within your personal relationships, are you showing your best? And you also have to ask yourself, are you settling for something that's less than you deserve or less than the best for you in the ultimate long run? And I feel like with Venus in Sagittarius, what's the word I'm looking for? People develop an exotic taste. Yeah. They develop an exotic taste. They want something a little bit different than normal. Not weird. This isn't Aquarius, but a little bit different than normal. Maybe it's something a little foreign. And people just welcome all experiences with Venus and Sagittarius. The good and the bad. Because even the lessons are blessings. Do you understand? With Venus in Sagittarius, it's just like, man, I'm seeking happiness. And so I'm not settling for this bullshit. If I'm unhappy, then I might need to make a move. And that's a matter of principle. It's not personal. See, Venus in Sagittarius can get, where a lot of Sagittarius placements can get this bad rap, where it's more or less like they feel like they're not loyal. And the truth is, when it comes to people, they're not loyal. Unless they are. And here's what I mean by that. When Venus comes into Sagittarius, people become infinitely more loyal to their principles. You hear me? And so, hey, that's something I'm not settling for. That's not something I'm accepting. And so, because of that, people might be willing to move on. But it's not because it's a personal issue with that individual. It's about principle. Now, a person can say, hey, I don't leave people. Hey, I'm faithful. Hey, I'm down like 4 flats. And then that becomes a principle. And they stick to those principles. Do you understand? Hey, I'm not the type that does this. I'm not the type that does that. And that's a principle that they're going to stand by and stick to because it's something they believe. But when it comes to being loyal to a person, that's something else. With Venus and Sagittarius, you say, no, I'm a loyal person, not I'm loyal to a person. You see how the difference is in that? That's the fire aspect of it. You have them say, hey, I'm not no clingy ass bitch. I'm not no soft ass dude. That's the type of shit a motherfucker will say, and they mean that shit. I'm not clingy. I'm not gonna be all up on you like that. We can enjoy it. We can have a good time. The experience is cool, but I'm not sweating you like that. And as a matter of principle, I'm not gonna be in my feelings about this shit right here. I'm not fucked up about anything. You do something fucked up, hey, that's a lesson learned. That's the beautiful thing about this. And this is gonna affect our interactions with other people. Is, hey, okay, you did that. That's cool. Now I know. We can both move accordingly. And so you just look at every lesson, every experience as a blessing. That's the beauty of it. And this is going to play out in our interpersonal dynamics. Now, I also say this, positivity can get you paid. When you're not willing to settle for anything less than your worth, that can get you paid. If you believe that you can make more, then you can make more. See, the matter of belief also comes into play with Sagittarius. With Leo, it's confidence. With Aries, it's awareness and wherewithal. With Sagittarius, it's belief. And best believe when we're talking about Venus, Venus does influence finance. And so you can look at the situation like, hey, you know what? I can make more than this. I should be making more than this. I can do better than this. I'm going to do better than this. I'm better than this. And then you start to see the circumstances improve. And when you start to look at things with a positive perspective, it makes the experience more wholly enjoyable. I don't think you heard me though. Now, let's talk about Mars. Because Mars is now at 23 degrees of Cancer. And man, Mars is slowing down. It's spending a little bit more time in every degree. So people are going to be a lot more moody. And they were already moody. This is Mars in Cancer. But people are going to be even more moody, even more sensitive. People are going to get in their feelings about something and hold a grudge about it. People are going to take something personal, and now it's a problem. You hear me? And people are going to be emotionally reactive. See, when I know you're going to react out of emotion, now I have to compensate for your emotions. When I know that I'm going to get in my feelings, now I have to compensate for my own feelings. What does that do? That slows down the process of efficiency. It can't be strictly business because everything's personal. So that makes things just a little bit more complicated. And the problem is you have these feelings, but the shit doesn't come to the surface directly. It gets forced out of you. And so it feels like every second of every day is a battle for attrition. Yeah. And then Mars is sextile to Uranus, square to Chiron. So we're going to look at this from a different perspective. Seeing that I'm looking at Mars and Uranus for us collectively as, not Mars and Uranus, pardon me, Uranus and Taurus, for us collectively as something that is speaking to the financial situation of the world or the economy, but also each person's value system. And so with this is where this really puts family values into perspective. You hear me? And it's where people can get stuck on something. They can be stuck on some shit, stubborn about some shit, and now they're reacting emotionally because they're getting pushed into or pushed away from their comfort zone. Now, this is a sextile, so it is something that can be worked with positively. But for this, and this being Cancer and Taurus, and Mars and Uranus, and then they're both falling. Mars falls in Cancer, Uranus falls in Taurus. Fall means the opposite of exaltation. It means this is probably one of the worst expressions of this energy. Mars in Cancer being so emotional that it's volatile, but also incredibly reactionary and passive aggressive until it's aggressive, and it's a big problem. Uranus in Taurus is stubbornness, resistance to change, complacency that creates frustration. And so right here, this is where it's like, man, your emotional reaction has you acted against your values, or your values are evoking an emotional reaction. And so you can either make things better, or you can allow this to slow down the process of everything and create frustrations. The sextile always involves the synthesis or a choice, as I would say. See, a trine is natural. A square is a conflict. An opposition requires balance. But a sextile is about synthesis, and it involves a choice. You see, this right here is hitting a certain way. But here's the thing. You can actually make this play to your favor. Now, let me also say, Mars is square to Chiron still. At least for another 2 or 3 days. And so people taking things personally is going to create some conflicts. Motherfuckers in there feeling, people reacting emotionally. And that ends up being an issue. You look at Chiron. Chiron is in Aries. What rules Aries? Mars. Mars is in Cancer. They're square to each other. And so, man, them emotional reactions, they can be a problem for all of us. This is not something that's affecting just one of us. This is something that's going to be affecting a lot of people. Some are not going to be susceptible, but those that are taking direct hits with this, now they done got into their feelings about some shit. Some shit that might not have had anything to do with them, or they're taking something personal and there's a conflict. But this gives you the perfect opportunity to ask yourself, why do you take this so personally? Why are you so defensive? Why are you in your motherfucking feelings? Yeah. Why the fuck are you in your feelings, bro? It's a trip. You're all drawn to what, man? Are y'all talking about me? Or what man are y'all talking about y'all are drawn to? Because if y'all talking about y'all all drawn to another dude, I'll cut this shit off right fucking now. I'll say fuck all y'all. Don't piss me off today. For real. I better be the common. Please don't make me cut this shit off on y'all. I ain't saying shit else. Now I'm taking it personal. Now we got a problem. But why does that bother me? I have to ask myself. See, you see how Chiron works out? Now, look, Jupiter is at 21 degrees of Gemini, retrograde, until February 5th, 2025. And look, man, this is just a lot of information is being put out there. But how much of it is relevant? A lot of energy is out there, but how much of it is useful? How can you direct it productively? It's hard to do so because the energy's all over the place. It's chaotic. The shit being said, some of it is worth entertaining and most of it is bullshit. There's just a lot of shit being said. There's a lot of information being put out there. Some of it is misinformation. Some of it is useless information. A lot of it's just data. This is where people are doing things quicker than they should, and they're ended up creating issues for themselves. Or they might rush and they make a mistake. See, that's Jupiter in Gemini, sextile to Chiron in Aries, and this is a direct sextile. They're exactly sextile. And this is also where people spoke too soon or spoke too aggressively. And now there's an issue. But the awareness of that will help you do better next time. You know how we say in the hood, if you knew better, you do better. Do you hear me? That's why I try to give y'all everything I can as far as knowledge goes. Because as I said, and as I'm going to say again, when we're dealing with Chiron here in Aries, especially while it's retrograde, once you're aware and you acknowledge that awareness, you're then accountable. And so this is the process of everything that's aspecting Chiron. With Jupiter sitting here sextile to Chiron, you're going to speak too much. You're going to say too much. Somebody else might say too much. There's going to be some arguments. There's going to be some bickering. There's going to be some times where you speak too soon. But there's always a lesson that can be learned from each one of those things that happen. If you rush something and you make a mistake, that's going to give you a chance to see, hey, you don't need to be rushing, or it allows you to see, oh no, this is how I do this better next time. Yeah. Okay, y'all better be talking about me. I'll knock all this shit over. Because Venus is in Sagittarius and all that shit, but it's on my Saturn. So, yeah. But I need y'all to hit that super sticker, that super thanks, or that super chat. I got $50 I need to make. So, we need everybody to shoot a little something, $5, $10, something, so we can get to the quota. Because I really didn't want to come today. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It was just one of them days where I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, and I just didn't feel like fooling with it. I did like 6 readings yesterday. I've been drained since then. And it's very rarely that I do like 6 readings in a day. Usually I do like maybe 2. But yesterday I just got into a zone to where I just was knocking them out. But it just got to a point to where I fucking drained the fuck out of myself. And I didn't feel like coming today. I wanted to just chill. But I got a quota. I got bills and responsibilities. I'm still a Mars in Capricorn. I still got Jupiter in the 6th house, so I'm always gonna show up. Yes, your love energizes me, but... And I mean, I'm glad I'm here, but I didn't want to come. Hasn't that happened to y'all in your life? Have you ever had a situation where you didn't want to go somewhere, but once you got there, you were glad that you went? Like, damn, you know what? This is live. This is awesome. This is beautiful. It happens. This is kind of what happened. I just didn't want to come today. But I'm here, and I'm glad to be here with you. I'm blessed to be here with you. And this is just where we're at. Now, back to what's going on astrologically. When you do too much or you move too fast, yes, you're going to make mistakes. But you also get to realize that everybody makes mistakes. And so this is just an important opportunity for growth. You hear me? Yeah. I'm killing it in my cardigan. Now, Saturn is retrograde at 13 degrees of Pisces. And Saturn's going to stay retrograde until November 15th. Now, look, before I go into this whole diatribe about Saturn and Pisces, I just want you to understand that you have a responsibility to yourself to sort through your own shit emotionally. That means what's going on externally in the world, even what's going on externally as far as the circumstances of your life, that's not the problem right now. It's your reaction to everything that's the problem right now. It's you constantly ignoring what you need to take care of. It's you avoiding your responsibilities. It's you trying to escape whatever life is presenting before you. Hey, you're just making it more frustrating on yourself. You're making things even more complex and complicated. You just need to deal with your shit, whatever it is. And you also need to realize you're not a victim. No. You're just a part of the process. This is all a part of the process. And you signed up for this. Yeah. Just remember that. Karma is a process. Karma is not consequence. Consequences are a part of karma. Yeah. Remember that. This is where you emotionally evolve. This is where you take the next step. This is where you find your faith again. But in order for you to do so, you need perspective of the problem. Whatever it is.
Okay, Joe, that's fine.
Since we're in the retrograde, this is what you're being offered, perspective.
This shit going clap.
Because this feeling, whatever it is, whatever you feel right now, you've actually felt this before. And it might be due to a different circumstance or a different situation. But like I said, it's not about the circumstance or the situation. It's about what's going on inside of you. That's where we get it all fucked up. It's not about the circumstance or the situation. Even if you're experiencing the worst and it feels like shit is piling up on you. You got to figure out a way to deal with it. Because it's a part of the process. That's why those escapist tendencies become even more ominous right now. That's why you see people trying to get one last high in or trying to just do something to give themselves a break from the horrors of mundane reality and they die. This is where you were just going to get your plug and you do this 1,000,000 times a year and this time you done got jammed up. Now you about to get locked up. Motherfuckers just trying to separate you. Look, the truth is, you just gotta deal with your shit. If things are piling up on you, it's because you've allowed them to pile up on you. And as we'll talk about here in a second when we get to Chiron, you are also accountable for what you allow. If you have resentment towards an individual, the situation that caused the resentment isn't the issue. It's that you have lingering resentment that is the problem. So how do you resolve that? See, that doesn't always mean that you have to reach some type of a resolution with somebody else. This could mean that you need to resolve that in yourself and say, hey, you know what, man, I let that shit go. I release it. That shit is doing nothing but holding me down and affecting my life. This is where fear, you have to release fear. Even if you're facing something that is inevitably horrific. See, the key word there is inevitably. Do you hear me? It just is what it is. You just gotta let it go. That's the truth. Look, the fact of the matter is, the purpose of life is to live a purposeful life. Because the destination is the same for all of us. That's death. You didn't come to this plane of existence to become something. No, you came here so you can realize what you are. You're a soul having a human experience. You're manifested matter. But now you have to understand it does matter what you manifest in this life. Your fears can be manifestive. I've seen it happen, play out in my life over the last 2 years. All I did was worry and worry and worry. And all that worry did was create an actual issue. I was worried about an issue that wasn't even real. But now, my worry has created an issue. And that's my fault. We're gonna be all right. Lesson learned. But this has taken some hardcore emotional maturity to confront these things. See, look, life is just doing what life does, no matter how bad it seems. Bills are gonna keep coming. People are gonna keep dying. People are gonna keep stealing. People are gonna keep using. Inflation is gonna keep skyrocketing. Human beings are fickle. You have good leaders, you have bad leaders. This is just a part of the experience. You yourself are a fickle creature. No matter how solid you think you are still a human being with notions and emotions. You hear me? It's all just a part of the process. You gotta stop being so fucked up about the process. That means you have to learn how to get into a flow state. Now, when I say flow and let it go, that doesn't mean give up or give in. It means you deal with what you can deal with and you let the rest take care of itself. It means giving up the illusion of control. Yeah. There are some things you cannot control. And for those things, you have to let them flow. Sometimes there's feelings that you have. And you have to find some type of way to investigate those feelings, to express those feelings without allowing things to destroy you. See, with a lot of people, the issue with addiction is not that they love this substance so much that they're willing to destroy their lives for it. It's because this substance gives them a feeling that is almost unattainable anywhere else. It's about the feeling. The circumstances of life are always going to be the circumstances of life. As long as we are biological beings, people are going to get sick, people are going to die. That's inevitably true. As long as you are an emotional creature, you're going to get your feelings hurt. That's the truth. As long as there is currency, there's going to be inflation. The more money they print, the more they're going to charge for shit. As long as there are humans in charge, there's going to be somebody who's trying to assert themselves. And so, here's the thing. You can't lose hope. Because you shouldn't have hope in the external situation, because the external situation is always going to be fickle. You can have hope in yourself and your ability to manage. It's about realizing, hey man, I signed up for this. Yeah. Yeah. You just gotta learn how to chill the fuck out, man. Go with the flow. You gotta find your faith again. And when I say find your faith, that doesn't mean accept your fate. Do you hear me? You have to find faith in the process. Find faith in the process of life, in the process of love, in the process of growth, in the process of karma. That doesn't mean you accept a fate. No. It's the opposite. It's an absence. You know, people get so caught up with Saturn in Pisces. We've had so many people project things since Saturn has been in Pisces for the last couple of years. They say, well, Saturn in Pisces is about to come for everybody. Everybody's karma is about to get them. That's not how karma works, because as I've explained, and I will keep explaining, karma is not consequential. Karma is a process. Karma doesn't come to get you. Karma happens. Do you understand? Yeah. It's a process. You yourself are a system made up of hundreds of processes. Your digestive system is made up of several processes. Your nervous system is made up of several processes. Your endocrine system is made up of several processes. It's all a process. Life is a process. You understand? This is karma. This is what happens. You ignore things long enough, they're gonna build up. You stress long enough, your ass is gonna get sick. You lie long enough, you're gonna lose people's trust and you're gonna start to believe that bullshit. You love long enough, your heart's gonna get broke at some point. This is just what it is. You just gotta learn how to deal with things. This is Pisces. It's not about what's going on externally, even though you are affected by it. It's about how you're dealing with things internally. And that got lost on so many people. Everybody was worried about the external circumstances, and this is coming to get you, and this is happening because of this, and this is happening because of this. Hey man, it's happening. So what the fuck are you gonna do about it? See, that's what you gotta ask yourself. What the fuck are you gonna do about it? This is happening. That's the problem with me, is I'll be scared of something, terrified, until it starts happening. And when it starts happening, I'm like, man, I'm here. I'm dealing with it now. And all I did was make it complicated by stressing about it and worried about it. Because when it happened, and I had no choice but to deal with it. That's how it is, man. You have to face your own inner treachery. And emotion is treacherous. People are lecherous. Hit the like button if you haven't hit the like button yet. I need a few more of y'all to follow suit like Watkins Cat House and hit that Cash App. All you need is about 5-10 of y'all to drop $5, and we'll be closer to our quota. All right. Now, let's talk about Uranus, which is at 26 degrees of Taurus retrograde until January 30th, 2025. And so, what's interesting is globally, the effect of this is things are kind of in a state of flux financially. We're waiting to see who's going to become the president of the United States and what happens with that. We're waiting to see which values will be upheld. But you have to ask yourself about your own values. See, with Uranus retrograde and this being in Taurus, this is a perfect time for you to take inventory. That means taking inventory of what you have to work with materially, who you are spiritually, where you stand morally. Because all of those things are relevant questions, because I guarantee your values have changed here recently. I appreciate the love, Devin Donaldson. I guarantee it. Your values have changed recently. That's what happens when you grow. That's what happens when times change. This when you hear people say, hey, times are changing. They are. And yes, as far as Uranus being Taurus, the market is unstable. It's hard for you to have a stable place in this economy because everything is always changing. The nature of things is changing. The nature of value is changing. What us as people find as valuable is changing. This is where we at with this. Do you understand? And so you have to ask yourself who you are now, where you stand, what you have to work with, what you're willing to do to make money. Because this stubbornness is what gets in a lot of people's way. They're stuck in a certain way of doing things. They have a mindset that they can't get away from. And so now they're frustrated because they see all these other people making money and they're broke than a motherfucker. Well, your stubborn ass needs to get with the program. Matter of fact, you don't need to get with any program. You need to create a program. There's no excuse for being broke. No matter how much inflation is a bitch. No matter how high them groceries is and that gas is. There's no excuse to be broke. None whatsoever. Because there's too many different ways to make money. So what's getting in the way other than your stubbornness or your closed-minded approach or you being scared to get out of your comfort zone? When I say find you a secure place to operate from, I'm not talking about a physical location. I am talking about a mindset. And so this is the perfect time to figure out who you are, what your values are, where the fuck you stand. What are you willing to do to make money? Yeah. And then our personal value system. This has changed. I promise you it's changed because times have changed. This is what happens when times change. But over the last few years, because of the culture, there's certain things that you just can't say and you just can't do. That's the truth. Everybody always thinks that's what I'm talking about, but OnlyFans is a perfect example. Just a few years ago, if people were doing OnlyFans the way that they were doing now, or not just a few years ago, let's say a decade ago, people would be condemning them. they'd be calling them prostitutes. But now they've seen so many people make money doing it that they have to reassess what they're saying. You hear motherfuckers that are supposed to be so motherfucking classy say some slick shit. They'll say some shit like, shit, as high as these groceries are, I might have to start selling foot pics. I might have to start my OnlyFans. And it might sound like it's a snide remark, but the truth is their brain is really considering it. And their brain is considering it because they've seen people making money do it, and because it's become something that is sociably understood. Not necessarily accepted, but understood. You can look at the things that people have done. And we talked about this more when Uranus was direct, but look, you have Hollywood actors and actresses who make more money doing OnlyFans now than they are in the industry. Their career floundered. The jobs start clearing up. Sitcoms aren't as popular as they used to be. So you can't just hop on a TV show. Everything is through a streaming platform or an app. And so that changes things. And there's always a cycling industry. And so those people have to reassess what they're doing. I myself, in my industry, I've had to reassess what I do a lot of different times. I get stuck in a certain comfort zone, like this is how I like to do things. But now I have to do different. I have to expand to different platforms. I've been saying I'm going to do it for the longest, but I need to expand to different platforms. I need to get this out to more people because I'm not just a content creator. I am a professional astrologer. And so I need to get into more markets so I can find more clients. I am an engaging and entertaining person, but I am not an entertainer. You understand? And so I've just had to myself reassess what I'm doing. And that's not easy because I have a certain comfort zone. This is what I'm used to. Even in this comfort zone, I had to tell myself the other day, I said, hey, bro, in the live sessions, they're cool. That's a great vibe, but it's gotten too repetitive for you. You need to figure out how you can spice up those live sessions, or you're gonna have to start dropping some more pre-recorded videos. You need to do something because you're getting too complacent in doing that, and it's no longer profitable. And I am a businessman. I am a Mars in Capricorn. Don't get it twisted. I am a businessman. But I just have to address things differently. And people are going to have to. Now, here's the thing. Uranus is sextile to Neptune and trine to Pluto. And so with Uranus sextile to Neptune, let's just look at the fact that this culture is so projective. It's so projective. We live in a copycat culture, so you have to really figure out ways that you can make money. And the thing is, there's things that are trending. What's trending is what makes the money these days. But also, when you get on a trend, it dilutes the market. As soon as something starts trending, it's going to be hot for a second. It's going to become something that's valuable. But then once it becomes oversaturated, the profit ends up becoming diluted. See, that's the effect that the culture creates. And then you also have to look at how spirituality is a fad. And you have all of these people that are opening up realms of business in the spirituality or the metaphysical sector. And some of them are so caught up in marketability and profitability that they're forgetting that spirituality is about an inner journey in each one of us. It's about establishing and enriching our relationship with the divine. Oh yeah. I'm trying to teach y'all some shit. Hit the like button if you haven't hit the like button yet. Hit the super sticker, the super thanks, the super chat, and fuck with me the way that I fuck with you. Like, immediately. We need like 6 or 7 more people to drop $5. Alright. And I need some of y'all to smile right now. I don't give a fuck what you got going on. You here with me, so smile. Or I'll get mad and go home. Yeah. Some of y'all need to just hit it, because if we hit the quota today, next time I come on here, I'm gonna be buck naked. I'm just playing. But you see, I was playing, but I also considered it in my brain. I considered it in my brain. You know what? Next time I'll be butt booty ass naked. Bucket naked. Yeah. Buck booty naked. That's what we say in the hood growing up. And we say, hey, that boy was butt booty naked. Now, with Uranus trying to Pluto, and this being Taurus and Capricorn, this is where the economy is what creates the frustration with the powers that be, and that's a natural process. People look for somebody to blame when they can't afford things, when they're not making as much as they think they should be making. And who is better to blame but the government, the powers that be? Yeah. What's up, Gio? What's up, Gia? But yeah. Hold up. Y'all already see me as what? Butt naked? I'm blessed. I'm blessed. But that's what I'm saying. Y'all seeing me butt naked? Nah, I'm gonna be honest with you. However you see me naked, it's bigger. I'm built like a bullfrog and a horse mixed together. Yeah. Think bigger. Don't limit yourself. Yeah. Tatted. Bigger. Built like a bullfrog. I got no ass at all. Everything I eat goes straight to my dick. And I got chicken legs. Yeah. Like a swagged up bullfrog in that bitch. Bullfrog with a big dick. Oh, see? Y'all gotta get me in trouble. She in there. She in there. Y'all trying to get me popped. Shit. She in there. It's Friday. She here. Don't get me in trouble. Yeah, if she busts up in here, I'm be like, I was just talking to them. Yeah, don't. I feel like y'all bait me into acting up. Y'all be baiting me into start talking nasty, and then I get in trouble. Like, Stop doing me like that. You know I'm susceptible. But yeah. Then Neptune. Neptune is sitting at 27 degrees of Pisces. And look, 27 degrees of Pisces is as watery as it gets. The 29th degree of Pisces is a motherfucker, but the 27th degree of Pisces is something else also. See, this is where people become depressed. It's like things ain't gonna get better. They experience life and they see everything that's going on and they start to expect the worst. And then with this also being sextile to Pluto in Capricorn and Pluto in Capricorn being at 29 degrees. Yes. This is where you start to idealize things as being worse than they actually are. And then you become disenchanted with life. You start to get depressed. And it's real easy. I've heard so many people say it. They'll say, hey, man, the way that the world is right now is fucking depressing than a motherfucker. I mean, when you really try to think about it in a positive light, it's hard to find something positive about the future because it seems like we're about to go to war. It seems like we're about to have bad leadership here in America, no matter who's elected. It's either going to be the same old shit or something worse. You see that you're getting older. Each one of us. Each one of us. I was thinking about that the other day. Like, no matter how much you want to create this effect, with each passing minute, this is how depressing it gets. With each passing minute, I'm coming closer to death. No matter how much I try to look at it in a different light, that's the truth. You don't know when that's going to be, but each passing minute, I'm not going to get younger and more spry. No. Things are going to get, it seems like anyway, things are going to get worse. But that's the problem. Is you don't know. And you having that perspective makes it that bad. You understand? When you stress, you're going to be older. I just look at pictures of myself from last year to this year. I was so stressed and worried last year that I looked 20 years older last year than I look right now. And I'm cool. But that's the truth. Is I was so stressed and worried last year that I looked 20 years older than I do now. And I'm a year older than that, but it's just like I stress myself into that. And, you know, with Neptune sextile to Pluto, you become disenchanted with life, disenchanted with relationships, with other people. There's this discontent that grows inside of you. But eventually, each one of us hits what they would call rock bottom. You say, hey, man, it can't get no worse than this. Now we can't do nothing but make it better. And that's a different place for each one of us. But collectively, people are feeling like the world is just in a negative place. But this is what breeds change. This type of feeling right here is what makes us change the world around us. Because we say, hey, you know what? Fuck this. I'm taking it into my hands. It's got to change. And that shift from 0 degrees of, from the 29 degrees of Capricorn to 0 degrees of Aquarius is a change in mindset. Yeah. Life is a bitch, but life is only as hard as you make it. Yes, it can be a motherfucker. It can have crazy twists and turns. And some of us have lived hard lives. But I can also say some of the stuff that I speak on, I'll say, hey, man, I went through this, 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 and this, and this. And people say, damn, that shit's hard. You've had a hard life. And I look at those same experiences like it wasn't nothing because it wasn't that hard to me. I went through it. Sounds hard, but it wasn't that hard to me. That's what that is. You know, perspective is everything. Now, Pluto is at 29 degrees of Capricorn. And Pluto's going to be there until November 18th, I think. Then it'll go back into Aquarius for the next 20 years. And so this is the process where our frustration is influencing the decisions that we make as a collective. For most of us, if not all of us. Hold on. This is where it goes. Hold on, what this mean? Sorry, I had to look at something. Optimus Maximus said there'll be 46 November 2nd. But yeah, Pluto here at 29 degrees of Capricorn. As I said, I call this the anorexic anoretic. The 29th degree is known as the anoretic degree. That means it's the last degree of each sign. And that means it's the full load of that energy. It's the full evolution of that energetic significance or that energetic cycle. And so it can be a lot. And when this is 29 degrees of Capricorn, you have to look at it like this. This is the height of ambition. But how do you build such a strong ambition? Well, hunger, discontent, frustration. Motherfucker, I'm hungry. Motherfucker, I'm not satisfied. I want this to be different. I want better. I'm going to make better. I'm going to work harder. And so this is what happens. It says, no, we're going to push this. And then you also have to look at it like this. The 29th degree of Capricorn is what bred revolutions. Here in the United States of America, the Revolutionary War was started with 29 degrees of Capricorn. Yes, we were in the Revolutionary War in Aquarius as far as Pluto. But the Boston Tea Party, that happened when Pluto was at 29 degrees of Capricorn, where people say, you know what, fuck this. We're sick of being controlled by a foreign body. We need somebody to speak for us. Us as people need to do something for ourselves. That means we need a rebellion, a revolution. It means there's no fucking taxation without representation. Fuck these tariffs. We're not paying shit. It's where it's ambitious. It says, nah. Fuck this. Fuck you. And then after that, there's this tremendous change of pace and mindset that comes from that. Nah. Fuck that. Yeah. Hit the like button if you haven't hit the like button yet. Hit the super sticker, the super thanks, or the super chat. Let me know you fuck with me. It is. It's the least you can do. And in speaking of you, let's look at Chiron. Chiron is at 21 degrees of Aries. So, look, as I've said over and over again, this is accountability. This is Aries. Aries offers awareness, actualization. And so once you're aware that there's an issue, and once you acknowledge that, you're then accountable. And now you're going to be having things forced into your awareness. With this being retrograde, it's like, no, you have to see this. This is what it is. This is a conflict. This is a confrontation. You're being confronted with things. And once you're being confronted with something, and you acknowledge that, you're accountable for what happens from there. Because, hey, if you don't do something about it, if you don't take action, if you don't grow or learn, it's just going to get worse. That's when it gets predatory. Yeah. Now, ooh, that's vibing. I'm just gonna leave that there. And it's hard to be accountable because with the Black Moon Lilith at 12 degrees of Libra, you're worried about everybody else and what they think. With the South Node at 5 degrees of Libra, you're worried about other people's opinion of what you got going on. You're worried about what other people got going on, and you're too worried about what they think about what you got going on. Fuck that. I'm tired of acquiescing. But that means if you're not going to acquiesce, you got to take action. There's the North Node in Aries. You have to take an action-oriented approach to your life, to your issues. Regardless of what anybody thinks about what you're doing or why you're doing it. It's not their life. You can only experience the world through your eyes and in your skin. As much as you care about other people and you love them, the truth of the matter is, you're the one doing this. So you have to do what's right for you, even if you intend to help others. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't go get a splinter out of somebody else's eye when you have a log in your own. Some of us have no business trying to help somebody else because we're still fucked up. That's the truth. And that takes a certain awareness. And once you're aware of that, you're accountable for what happens from there. Because if you go and get mixed up in other people's shit and you yourself aren't healed, there's a tendency or a chance that y'all can fuck up both of y'all. Now we both fucked up. I haven't got to the root of my addiction, so now I'm trying to save you. Now we both high. Now we both on drugs. I'm unhealed. I'm trifling. You're coming to me for help with your personal relationship issues. Now we fucking. Now you just involved with another trifling motherfucker. You see how that goes? It's not about not being there for others. It's about doing what's best for you so you can be of better help. And even if you're not doing anything directly for somebody else, you taking care of your stuff makes the world a better place. That's the truth. Now, let's talk about the numerology of today, because it is about helping. See, we're in a 9 vibration today. You ask how we get there? Well, it's October 18th, 2024. October is the 10th month. 1 plus 0 is a 1. You take that 1, you drop it down. There's no need to simplify it any further. Then you have the 18th. 1 plus 8 is 9. You take that 9, you drop it down. There's no need to simplify that any further. And then 2024, that's an 8. Because 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 4 is an 8. So you take that 8, you drop it down. And so going across, you have 1 plus 9 plus 8. So 1 plus 9 is 10, plus 8 is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. We're in a 9 vibration today. And a 9 is about endings. Today is one of those days where you need to put things to bed. We need to prepare for a brighter day tomorrow. The 9 is about humanitarianism, philanthropy, service, unconditional love. You understand? And so sometimes the best service you can do for the world is to be an inspiration. Sometimes you don't need to directly do anything for anybody. Sometimes you just need to inspire them. Be an inspiration. Be the one that somebody looks at and says, hey, I didn't give up because of you. You're still going, I'm still going. We're still going. You don't have to be nurturing someone. This isn't a 6. You could be helping them, inspiring them, healing them. What can you do to promote healing today? So I think that's all I got to say about that. I need a few more of y'all to hit that like button if you haven't yet. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit the bell icon to be notified when I come on again, because I will be back. Drop a super sticker, a super thanks, or a super chat and let me know you fuck with me. Please. But anyway, we're going to take just about 4 or 5 more minutes, and then we're going to get into the price list. Top 5 most positive placements in astrology. Now, let me preface this with this. Is any placement can be positive. All right? Any placement can be positive. Any placement can be negative. So I compiled my list of things that I have personally seen and experienced as being something that universally, a lot of the times, has a positive effect on a person having said placement. Whether it be a positive effect on their personality or their life or their influence with others. You did. And smile right now. If you're on the list, you're on the list. If you're not, you're not. There's going to still be some that didn't make the list. All right? Because we could do a list of 100 positive placements. And some of the ones on my list you can look at as being negative. But it's all about perspective, and this is my professional perspective. All right. So, I got to stand up real fast. Y'all know I can't cough. That's why I got to be careful smoking. All right, I'm going to stand up real fast, adjust myself, and then I'm going to sit back down, and we're going to get into the price list top 5 most positive placements. And this is going to be a quick list, because when we get done with that, I got to go. You hear me? I love you. I appreciate you. I got to go. I'll be back on Monday. And I'll be back again after that on Wednesday. And I'll be back on Friday again. If not, I'll be back Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Who knows? Depends on how appreciated I feel. And I ain't feeling really fucking appreciated. I love you. I'm staying positive. But I ain't feeling the most appreciated. I'll be right back. Hold on. I gotta stand up real fast. All right, we good. Hit the like button right now. Are y'all ready to get into the price list top 5 most positive placements? Does anybody want to guess? What's up, double A? Does anybody want to guess? I don't have any honorable mentions. We're going to get straight into the top 5. Now, number 5 on the list of the price list top 5 most positive placements in astrology. This is one of my personal placements. And this is Jupiter in Pisces. Let me tell you about Jupiter in Pisces. And before I go any further, Jupiter in the 5th is fun, and Jupiter in the 2nd is prosperous. But Jupiter in Pisces is positive. See, Jupiter in Pisces boils down to sense of humor. This is what it boils down to. Ultimately, it's about our sense of humor. Because people like myself with Jupiter in Pisces are always able to laugh at situations that would break most people. I've seen this play out in my life a million times. I don't know how many times somebody looked at me like, bro, that ain't shit funny. And I'm like, the irony of it is funny. See, with Jupiter in Pisces, we have this sense of wonder about the irony of existence. And that instills us with the sustaining faith that's inconquerable. And so, here's the thing. I can always laugh. I have a sense of humor that can buoy up my spirit in the worst of times. I don't think I've went one day of my life without laughing. And I have my moon in the 5th house, so I play a lot, but This boils down to my Jupiter in Pisces. Like, I laugh. And sometimes shit'll be so fucked up I can't do anything but laugh. I mean, I've seen so many situations in life that have been like that. Like, man, like, shit'll just start fucking up and I'll just start laughing. Like, man, like, because, I mean, it is what it is. We're biological processes living on rock, supposedly floating in a galaxy in perfect synchronicity with other astrological bodies. Like, man, you know, Jupiter in Pisces gives people a sense of humor. That sense of humor is a sustaining faith that is inconquerable because we have a sense of wonder about the irony of existence. Like, man, you know what? This shit is crazy. I don't know how many times I say that. And I'm sure a lot of y'all say that also, but I don't know how many times a day I say some shit like, man, this shit is crazy. And I can laugh at it. And it wouldn't break me. The stuff that I went through won't break me. You know, my uncle, he has Jupiter in Pisces too. And I'm gonna tell y'all a story real quick. See, on the day my mom died, we're sitting in the funeral home making arrangements for what's gonna happen with my mom. And we're talking to the funeral home director, and I'm there. I'm 13 years old. I'm there. Two of my uncles are there. My grandmother's there. And so we're all sitting there talking to him. And he's talking about the cost of cremation. And my uncle out of the blue said, hell, I got a smoker at the house. And it's his sister dead and all this shit. And everybody, I saw the way my grandmother looked. I saw the way my other uncle looked. And I was going through that day. I was going through it that day. My mama has just died. But as soon as he said that, like, I understood what he was doing and why he was doing it. Because, I mean, it's just the irony of it all. Like, the irony of it all. He was sad. He was going through it. But he was, I mean, that was just what it was. The irony of being positive. Like, you know what, man? Like, my sister's dead. We're paying for all this money for them to, and shit. And so it was just one of those situations to where, for him, I saw him. And he didn't need to feel seen like a child would, but I saw him that day. Like, I saw him. And he didn't mean anything bad by that. He wasn't, you know what I mean? He wasn't being disrespectful to his sister, because for him, that wasn't his sister. There's a certain spiritual understanding that comes with Jupiter in Pisces. And that sense of understanding is a positive thing in itself. It's like, you know what? I understand. I get it. I fucking get it. And that keeps you from being fucked up about it. Do you get what I'm saying, y'all? I know this because I've experienced it. I've seen it. I've seen it. And also, my wife has Jupiter in Pisces. My son has Jupiter in Pisces. My ex-wife has Jupiter in Pisces. The one before that had Jupiter in Pisces. And so it was just like, what choice do we have but to laugh and make jokes? This shit is so fucked up. What choice do we have? When you think about the way that the world is, and you think about your life, like, this shit is crazy, man. Like, all of it is crazy. Life is crazy. Love is crazy. Sex is crazy. Fucking shit is just crazy. So sometimes you can't help but just laugh at this shit. Like, you know what, man? This shit is fucking stupid. But I get it. I fucking get it. And so all of that is why Jupiter in Pisces is number 5. That sense of humor. That sense of humor that can buoy up your spirit in times of trouble. Like, you know what? Fuck it. Sometimes you can't do anything but laugh. And you getting it. You just getting it. That sometimes there's nothing you can do but laugh. Sometimes you just have to let it go and you just have to laugh. And you have to have faith. You have to have faith. And that doesn't mean that you think it's going to work out for you delusionally. Jupiter in Pisces is different than other Pisces placements. It's not delusional. It's aware. It's understanding. It's not accepting, though. But yeah, all of that is why Jupiter in Pisces is number 5 on our list. Now, here's one that you wouldn't think made the list, but this definitely makes the list, and I'm going to tell you why. Number 4 on the list of the PrIcElEs top 5 most positive placements in astrology. Aries sun. Look, man, the sun is exalted in Aries for a reason. I don't want you to ever get it twisted and not think that Aries sun is a positive, because it is a positive placement. Their sense of humor is awesome, but more than anything else, people with Aries suns are ultimately aware and incredibly courageous. And they don't hold grudges either. So they're the type of person who greets each new day and each new situation with a sense of hope that's quite infectious. And a lot of the times they're always optimistic about the new prospects because they're not fucked up about the way things have been. Because they believe in their chance to make things better because they're an action-oriented person. Like, that's the truth. When you're dealing with Aries people, for them, they're not fucked up about it. As much people try to make Aries out to be angry people, they're not angry people. Capricorns are angry. Aries are not angry. Aries don't hold grudge. They'll fight you, but they're not pissed off. They're just impulsive. But that fact that they don't hold grudges is very refreshing. The fact that Aries gets up and greets each new day as an opportunity to change the narrative, that's something that's beautiful. That's the truth. And they have a lot of sauce. Don't get it twisted. The sun is exalted in Aries. Aries have sauce. Leo has sauce too, but Aries is authentic with it. You know, when people say, hey, I'm like that, they're like that. And when you talk about it being a positive placement, having your sun in Aries just gives you something in your chart that is strong. It's a pillar of strength in your personality. There's something in you that is real, and you feel it. There's something in you that's immediate, impulsive, carnal, primal, savage even. So yeah, like, man, that courage. And courage is the absence of fear. See, people get that twisted. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's the willingness to keep pushing regardless of that fear. That's Aries. See, Leo has fear. Leo has fear of embarrassment. This is the truth. Leo's fear embarrassment. Sagittarius fears mundane, ordinary. But Aries Aries fears indecisiveness and inaction. Aries fears being stopped. Here's the thing. Aries sun is just really positive because each situation is an opportunity to change. Each situation is an opportunity for it to be different. Each situation is an opportunity for you to win. As long as you're breathing, you haven't lost. As long as you're fighting still, it ain't over yet. That's the beautiful thing about Aries, is they're not fucked up. Motherfucker, we're gonna keep going to war. We're in this fight. Aries never feels helpless. That's the thing. Aries never feels helpless. There's never going to be a situation in life where an Aries sun feels helpless because they can do something about it. They're going to do something about it because they're doers. They're doers. Man, they're always optimistic about their next prospect, about the next opportunity, about the next day, about the next step, about the next fight, about the next sex. Not dwelling on the last one. Look what's coming up. Hey, I lost that. That's okay. I'll make it again. My best friend is an Aries sun. And we would take losses. We used to hustle together. We would take losses. Things would happen, but he'd be like, hey, bro, we'll get that shit back. I'm not worried about that shit. And me, I'm like, man, but I love, like, bro, hell no, we'll get it again. We'll get more. We'll get better. We'll do it. You know what I'm saying? We'll do it. For him, it's always about doing. For me, sometimes I was dwelling, but he was doing. Think about that concept. When somebody's not a dweller, but they're a doer, they're a bad motherfucker. And the fact that Aries suns just have this awareness of themselves that is very genuine. They're not confused about who they are. This is not bravado like Leo. It's not an ideal like Sagittarius. No, this is what it is. I'm gonna show you. I don't have to be it. I don't have to want it. I am it. I am the change. I am the dynamic. I am the catalyst. All of that shit is Aries sun type shit. Shit. This is somebody who greets each new situation and each new day as an opportunity to change the narrative. That gives them a sense of hope. That's indomitable. And that's why Aries suns are number 4 on the list of the PrIcElEs top 5. Most positive placements. Now, let's get to number 3. Let's get to number 3. Does anybody want to guess what number 3 is? Number 3 on the list of the PrIcElEs top 5 most positive placements in astrology. No, Jupiter and Sagittarius didn't make the list, even though they are positive. I want you to understand that's positive, expansive. That would have been the honorable mention, but that didn't make the list. I could have saturated my list with Sagittarius placements, but I wouldn't do that. Jupiter and Sagittarius isn't on the list. Number 3 on the list of the PrIcElEs top 5 most positive placements in astrology happens to be another one of my placements. And it's not, I didn't do this on purpose. Because I have my faults. I'm not always the most positive, but I do have these two. This one, not Sagittarius sun, but the sun in the 9th house. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why the sun in the 9th house is taking precedence over Sagittarius sun. Because I've seen the sun in the 9th house make some of the more pessimistic sun placements be more positive. See, my lady's a Capricorn sun in the 9th house, and she's more positive than most Capricorns. My daughter is a Capricorn sun in the 9th house. She's more positive than most Capricorn. I myself am a positive person, and I'll tell you why. It's just something about having the sun in the 9th that pumps positivity into a person. Because we all realize at some point that there's so much to look forward to about life. About traveling, about experiences, about the lessons learned. Yeah. The truth of the matter is, people with their sun in the 9th house, like myself, we are joyful about experiencing things and learning. Learning is something that is paramount for each one of us. And overall, with my sun in the 9th house, I'm just a person who doesn't let life experiences get me down, because I'm just learning. Everything that I'm doing, it's just a part of the learning process. It's all a learning process. And I look at things like that. Not just because this is what I'm taught or what I'm teaching even. That's just how I look at life and look at situations. Like, man, this is just a learning process. It's all a fucking learning process. Like, even if I've been human before, whatever the source of me is, I've never been Roderick before. You understand? Even if you've been human before and you're an old soul, you've never been the Ice and Snow show. You've never been AA, but you are now. You are now. And so I'm so happy about being able to find more and more about whoever this person named Roderick that I chose to be in this life is. And I'm learning more and more with each thing that happens. And all of you are. That, especially when you have your sun in the 9th house. It's just like, hey, you know what? I believe that there's a purpose behind it all. And in my spiritual journey right now, I'm at the point where I believe, as I said earlier, the purpose of life is to live a purposeful life. The destination is the same for all of us. And so many people are looking for purpose and they're looking for the meaning of life. And I think you're here to live a life. You're here to learn the lessons in this life. I don't think you're looking for, this is what your life was about. There's a banner when you're done that says, hey, this was what this lifetime was about for you. That's so limiting. I think about all of the experiences that I've gathered. I think about all of the things that I learned. And I'm so positive, but it also makes me realize how much I don't know. And that makes me positive about the future. Like, man, I got so much more I can find out. There's so many lessons I'm going to learn. There's so much more opportunity for me to enrich this experience. And that's ultimately what I'm trying to do, is enrich this experience. What you trying to do? Hit the like button if you haven't hit the like button yet. But more than anything else, I think the sun in the 9th house is so cool because it can change those other placements. If you're a sun in Virgo in the 9th house, a sun in Capricorn in the 9th house, you still can be a positive person. Why? Because with the sun in Capricorn in the 9th house, you're positive because you believe in your abilities and what you can do. You trust yourself. You know you can make it better. With me being a Cancer sun in the 9th house, I fucking care. I care. I give a fuck. I care about my life getting better. I care about me enriching other people's experience of me and with me. When you look at Virgo sun in the 9th house, they're going to want to make things better. They want to fix things. They want to learn how to make it better. They want to perfect this experience. When you look at Scorpio in the 9th house, those are people that want to feel. That Scorpio sun in the 9th house, they want to feel. Oh, they want to feel it. But yeah, for me, I love the wonders of life. I have bad days, but overall, I'm a positive person because I'm just learning as I go. Overall, I'm a positive person because I believe. There's something inside of me that believes there's something to be positive about. Whatever it is, it's always been like that. This boils down to belief. And all of that is why the sun in the 9th house is number 3. Now, let's get to number 2. Numero 2. Deuce. Number 2 on the list of the price list, top 5 most positive placements. This is Mars in Leo. And look, my dad's a Mars in Leo. I know several people with Mars in Leo. And the truth of the matter is, with Mars in Leo, this is about confidence. Their confidence is competence. People with Mars in Leo truly believe that they can do anything. They can have anything. They can be anything. They really believe that shit. And so they approach life like they've already won. They approach situations like they already own it. Like they already know the outcome. They approach the stuff they want like it's already theirs. And that shit is infectious. Motherfucker, we moving like winners today. We moving with pride today. Be proud of who you are. See, that's the thing with Mars in Leo. More than Leo rising, which is bravado. More than Leo sun, which is character and charisma. More than Leo moon, which is in its own right a show. With Mars in Leo, there's this confidence that is infectious. Leo Venus is cocky a little bit. Mercury in Leo is cocky. Leo Venus is conceited a little bit, right? Not all of them, but a lot of them. But Mars in Leo is bold. It's bold. It's proud. It's powerful. It's positive. You got to look at a guy like Donald Trump, right? I mean, he's always had a financial advantage. But to be somebody who's non-political and say, you know what, I'm going to be the fucking president. I'm going to be the motherfucking president. Whether you like him or hate him, this is the truth. To say, I'm going to be the motherfucking president, that takes balls. and then to approach it like you already want it and win it because you approached it that way, because nobody's ever seen somebody walk with so much confidence, talk the way that he talks. Like, that's how it goes. You look at him doing it again. Like, hey, you know what? These motherfuckers didn't like me in the first, but you know what? I'm gonna come again. I'm finna do it again. Watch this. It's like, man, his confidence is dangerous, but it's positive for him, and it's positive for the people that believe in him. When you have Mars in Leo, you approach situations like they're already turning out to your favor. And your confidence is manifestive. Those are winners. And it's about their confidence. They move like winners. They feel like winners. They will be winners. You know, I think so, therefore I am, and all that type of shit. Yeah. Mars and Leo is a motherfucker. Like, I've seen my dad, as much as I can't stand his ass sometimes, and as much as we've talked about the abusive stuff and all that, but I've seen my dad do stuff that he shouldn't be able to do. I've seen my dad pull stuff off that, like, damn, how did he do that? Well, he did it because he's confident enough to do that. He walks into a room like he owns it. And by the time he leaves, he owns it. He approaches situations like it's going to turn out to his favor. And man, Mars and Leo people just have this awesome, awesome strength to them that comes from their belief in themselves. They believe in themselves. And they think you should believe in yourself. But that confidence is everything for them. And that's why they're number 2. Now, let's get to number 1. Somebody already said it earlier, but I couldn't acknowledge it because it was my number 1. As a matter of fact, I know who said it. It was Watkins. But number 1 on the list of the PrIcElEs top 5 most positive placements in astrology. This is Venus in Sagittarius. Even more than Sagittarius Sun or Sagittarius Rising, with their positive in their own right, or even Sagittarius Jupiter. This is Venus in Sagittarius because, plain and simple, people with Venus in Sagittarius love positivity. They're attracted to that shit. They're going to be it. They're going to attract it. And they look at every experience as an adventure. And that makes them feel like they never lose, no matter what. Love is an adventure. Every relationship, they're embarking on an adventure with you. Hey, and when you're on an adventure, all types of stuff happens, but that shit was an adventure. You know, they're the type of people who say, hey, this was a movie. And they love positive things. They believe. They love God. And God doesn't mean what your definition of the divine might be. But they do. They love God. And I'm not talking about the Christian God. I'm not talking about Indra or Lord Vishnu either. I'm not talking about Allah. I'm talking about divinity as a whole. Like, they love that. They love life. They love love. That's the thing about Venus and Sagittarius. They love love. They love life. They love fun. And they look at everything like it's an adventure. And no matter what happens, they never felt like they lost. Yes, they can break up with somebody. Yes, they can miss out on a job opportunity, or they could end up having to leave their current place of work, but that's fine. They didn't lose because that's just an opportunity for them to do something better, to make it bigger, to upgrade. Okay, you done fucked over them. Guess what? Now I'm gonna pull out something better. This card done fucked up. Watch me what I get out next. Today was messed up. Watch tomorrow. Tomorrow, watch tomorrow. Because today was so messed up. Tomorrow's gonna be tomorrow. Watch. Compared to this, it will be. That's how they approach things, man. And then when it comes to their relationships with other people, they'll bring the positivity out of you. They'll bring the fucking positivity out of you. Like, motherfucker, I don't know what you sitting there looking sad for. Everything is in front of you. The shit that you're hurting about is behind you. That shit, as soon as you're willing to put it behind you, it's behind you. Everything is out in front of you. This is an opportunity to learn. This is an opportunity to grow. This is an opportunity to evolve. Upgrade. And that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And that's why Venus in Sagittarius is number 1 on our list. What do you mean more like a what the fuck are you doing viewpoint? You're asking them what the fuck are you doing, or they're asking, like, what do you mean? I'm not quite understanding. They're truthful. They're definitely truthful, but y'all get truthful. Now, I don't look at Sagittarius as truthful. I look at them as blunt or honest. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you. Just because somebody is being honest doesn't mean what they're saying is true. It means they believe in what they're saying. That's how you pass a lie detector test, is believing your lie. Because a lie detector test judges off your biological responses, your blood pressure, your pulse rate, perspiration. There's things that happen with your circadian rhythm when you're doing something or when your brain is doing certain things. But if you believe it and it's natural to you, then and your body gives no response, there's no way for them to gauge that. It's not like it's reading your mind, because then it would be able to tell you why you're lying and what. It's not doing that. It's judging off biological responses. But yeah. Well, you said their relationships have been a shit show and they're poor decisions for them. But they're not fucked up about it. See, you're looking at it from the outside looking in. They might have, their relationships might be a shit show. And it might be poor decision after poor decision, but they're fine with making a decision because they're going to do it again. That's what I mean by positivity. I didn't say the best placements. I said positive. And so they're not fucked up about it. Their relationships are a shit show. Guess what? We'll get another one. We'll do it again. We'll try it again. Don't give a fuck. They're positive about it. It's all a learning experience. They never lose. They just never lose. If anything, it's experience gained, lesson learned. Same thing with Sun in the 9th house. That's more about life, but this is about love. Do you understand? I didn't say this is the best. I said the most positive. For them, they look at things positively. They have a positivity that's infectious. They love positivity. Yes, they can get into negative situations. We all can, but they learn from that shit and they fucking do it again. Motherfucker, I'll do it again. That's how they look at it. I'll do it again because I don't give a fuck. It's just another opportunity to do it again. This shit don't work out, we'll go back in and do it again. You know? That's how they see it. Like, fuck it. Now let's go through a review real quick. We're gonna go over this real quick, and then we out. All right. This ain't gonna take but like 5 minutes, and then we'll talk for a few more minutes, and then we'll go. I need a few more of y'all to hit that super sticker, that super thanks, that super chat though. We need to make at least like $25 more in this bitch. One of y'all just needs to just go ahead and drop to 25, 50. But yeah. Number 5 on the list in review. Number 5 on the list of the PrIcElEs top 5 most positive placements. This was Jupiter in Pisces, and that's just gonna boil down to sense of humor. Because people like myself with Jupiter in Pisces are able to laugh at situations that would break most people. And that, coupled with our sense of wonder about the irony of existence, is gonna instill us with a sustaining faith that's incomparable and inconquerable. We can always laugh. And me, if I didn't have my laughter, I wouldn't have anything. I've said that so many times. If I didn't have my sense of humor, I would be dead. I would have fucking killed myself. I'd have killed somebody else. All the shit I experienced, and if I couldn't laugh about it, if I didn't have my sense of humor, I wouldn't be shit. I wouldn't have shit. But my sense of humor also allows me to help other people. Like, man, I can laugh at the stuff I've been through. It's crazy. I can laugh at each things that happen in life. Like, I let that buoy up my spirit. I can always laugh. I can always play. My son in there, he's a Jupiter in Pisces. We can be having a bad day, both of us. I mean, me and him will just look at each other, and I'll give him a look, and he'll just start fucking laughing, and he'll fucking make my day. Like, he'll start laughing, and I'll fucking just start laughing like, fuck it. Like, and we could be having a horrible day. It's just kind of like that. That sense of humor is everything. It provides you with this sense of wonder about the irony of existence that just gives you a sustaining faith that is inconquerable. You hear me? It's a sense of understanding. Like, I get it, man. Now, number 4 on the list of the PrIcElEs top 5 most positive placements in astrology. Hold on, I gotta hit up a client real fast. This was Aries sun. And look, Aries suns are incredibly courageous. They're ultimately aware, and they don't hold grudges. And so they greet each new day with a sense of hope that's infectious. And they're always optimistic about the next opportunity. All right? And they're action-oriented. They believe in themselves. And it's not fake bravado. It's not dogmatism. It's just, hey, I know what I'm going to do because I'm going to do it. It's not what I should do, like Sagittarius. It's not the other shit, like Leo. This is Aries. This is what I'm doing. And Aries people have a great sense of humor. I don't know if y'all know a lot of Aries people, but Aries people have a great sense of humor. I appreciate the love, Asaya. Thank you so much. But yeah, Aries people are just like fucking brave, bro. Like, they're brave. And they don't have to be bold. They're brave. Leo is bold. Aries doesn't have to be bold. They're brave. They got sauce. Yeah. But yeah, man. Aries suns just, they don't hold grudges. I think that's the best thing about having an Aries sun. One of the most positive things is they don't hold grudges. Not with other people or with situations in life. They move forward progressively. We keep pushing. We keep fighting. We keep going forward. This is what we do. We get up and we do it again tomorrow. We're going to get up and do it again until we can't. This is what it is. That's fucking beautiful, man. For them people to greet each new day as an opportunity for them to win means they never lost. Now, number 3 on the list of the price list, top 5 most positive placements. This is the sun in the 9th house. And there's just something about having the sun in the 9th house that pumps positivity into a person. And I say this is one of the most positive placements because, as I said before, I have seen the sun in the 9th house, no matter what sign, make a motherfucker more positive than they were if their sun was in the 12th house in a sign or the 4th house in a sign. It's just like when that sun comes in the 9th house, it adds a little positivity to that placement right there. You know, me being a Cancer sun in the 9th house. I am an emotional person. I am moody, but I'm not gloomy ever. My lady, she's a Capricorn sun in the 9th house. She has her days, but overall, she's a positive person. She tells me all the time, you're thinking too fucking negative. She tells me this. You're thinking too negative. She believes in her skills to make her life the better because she knows what she's going to do. She's a responsible person. She's going to get to it. A Virgo sun person, they're going to fix things. I'm going to make it better. I'm going to perfect this. And it's just like everything is a learning experience. Everything is a fucking learning experience. So I'm not fucked up. No. All I'm doing is gathering experience and developing wisdom. This is the truth. Anthony's learning as much as he can. And he's not fucked up about it. Yes, you're particular and picky, but you're not as critical as some people with their sun not in the 9th house, because you see the big picture and you see the details. You're aware of it all. And so that gives you an opportunity to do something that nobody else can do, and that makes something perfect. But yeah, the sun in the 9th house can pump positivity into any placement. Any placement. Now, number 2 on our list of the price list, top 5 most positive placements in astrology. This is Mars in Leo. And that is confidence. That confidence is competence in the highest form. See, people with Mars in Leo truly believe they can do anything. They can have anything. They can be anything. And because of that, they can. They approach life like they've already won. And they do. They walk into rooms like they own them. And when they leave, they will. That's the real. Now, number 1 on the list of the price list, top 5 most positive placements in astrology. That's Venus in Sagittarius, because plain and simple, Venus in Sagittarius loves positivity. They look for it in other people. They want to create it in other people. And they look at every experience like an adventure. And so if they've had sloppy relationships like some of us have, and some of these people that y'all are speaking on have, they're not fucked up about it. That was an adventure that they've been on. Like, this shit has been a movie. This shit has been crazy. They laugh at that type of shit. Doesn't fuck them up. You know, they feel like they never lose because all of it is something that they learned from or something that they enjoyed or something that they pulled at least something positive away from. Even if it's like, hey, you know what? That's a lesson learned. I never have to do that shit again. That shit was dumb. I'll never do that shit again. But yeah. That's what it is. That's the PrIcElEs top 5 most positive placements. But yeah, with Sagittarius, Venus, they just they look at shit like an adventure. Like this shit is an adventure to them. Life is an adventure to them. Love is an adventure to them. So they're gonna make a lot of fucked up mistakes because they're restless and they're willing to move on when the situation becomes stagnant. They will leave your ass. Don't get it twisted. This shit is stagnant. It ain't the same as Gemini. Gemini's gonna cheat. Venus and Gemini's gonna cheat. They're gonna entertain and talk to other people. They're gonna play the games. They're gonna try to keep this option open and mess with this option. Nah, Venus and Sagittarius will leave your ass. Motherfucker, this shit ain't working out. I will leave your ass, motherfucker. I will go do something better. There is better. I know there's better. Shit, I don't even know why I'm fucking with you. I've just been doing something. Sometimes they're like that. Like, I just been doing something. This just been something to do. Motherfucker, you way too emotional about this because this has just been something to do. So I can move on from this. I can move on from you. You should be able to move on from me because I ain't shit. That's how some Venus and Sagittarius be like, you can move on from me because I ain't shit. Together, we're nothing. And y'all ain't shit. I hear somebody's voice in there. I don't know whose voice that is. Hold up. But yeah. I love y'all. I love y'all. That's the top 5. We got 20 minutes at the most, so let's make it count. What we need to say, you need to get it off your chest. Whatever you got on your mind, let's get it off your chest because I'm finna go spend the rest of the weekend with my baby and my family. What's up? Ask your question, Watkins. Watkins Cattle said, if my relationship started on a Venus-Neptune conjunction, will a Venus and Neptune cause potential disruptions to the relationship? Venus square Neptune? No. 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 Absolutely not. Is my part of Narnia getting snow this weekend? I don't think so. I hope it does, but I don't think so. It's a little wet out there, but it's I don't think it's cold enough. I'm ready for the snow though. I'm ready for the fucking snow. I can't wait till we got a whole bunch of snow. Logan said Jupiter and Gemini is really tough. Why do you say so? I mean, I know it is, but why is it tough for you, brother? Wait, are you Wolverine? No, let me. I got it. Sorry. Anybody else have any questions? We're here for a few more minutes. I'm ready for a bunch of snow. I'm ready for it to be snowed the fuck in. It's my favorite. I want it to be a foot, 2 foot of snow outside. I want it, well, as long as the power's not, because sometimes it gets so much snow that the electricity gets busted out. I don't want that much snow. I don't want the power to get taken out, but I want as much snow that can keep the power on. If we can somehow keep the power on and get us 3 feet of snow in here, that would be excellent. But the most I've seen is like, I think I've seen 1.5 foot. I think I've seen like 18 inches, 2 feet. Anthony said his son is a Scorpio rising with the Gemini Lilith in the 8th house. So is he going to be wilding like me? Probably. Probably. He's going to be trifling. Yeah, trifling. Player. And they're a player. What you need to do is send him to me. No, I ain't going to do it because I'm teaching my sons differently. I ain't going to do your son like that. I was about to say send him to me and I'll put him through training. But I ain't even training my son, so I ain't gonna do that to your baby. I think it's cold out there. It looks cold, so I'm just gonna have to change my outfit. Finna have to change my outfit. Let me see. Hold up. Let me see the weather real fast. Yeah, it's 40s. God damn, it's cold out there. Hell nah, nigga. Does anybody have anything to say? Speak now or forever hold your peace. I was hoping we'd hit the quota before this live is over. But we needed about double this. But we got 9 more days. But yeah. Before we go, I need about 4 or 5 of y'all to hit that super chat. We got to hit this quota for the month. I don't want to wait till next week. I mean, I might have to, but we need to hit this quota for the month. So we need at least $25 more. So we need about 5 of y'all to shoot $5. But yeah, looking at this, it's cold outside. Autumn has officially arrived, but I look forward to the winter. I'm ready for the fucking snow. I'm sure preparing for it. Because we get a lot of fucking snow, as you know, Heather. We live on opposite sides, in the same state, but on opposite sides of the mountain range. You stay in the west. I stay in the foothills. Yeah, the trees are still green. Well, there's one yellow tree right out here, yellow and orange, but most of the trees are still green. What is the most relatory? What do you mean relatory? What is relatory? What is the most relatory transit you can experience or will experience in a lifetime? What is relatory? What do you mean by relatory? What the fuck you mean? I feel you, Heather. Like I said, I'm in the foothills right there. I'm right there at the front of the range right there. Like I can see a mountain from right here. What is revealing or insightful? What do you mean? Are you talking about that's what revelatory means? Is that what you mean, Double A? Or what are you saying? What's revealing and insightful? You said which transit will make the most difference? I mean, for me, it's been Saturn conjunct my moon, but there's been other transits that were big in my life. I mean, my Saturn return. I don't think I've ever. That's a new word on me, and I'm very proud of my vocabulary. I have never seen anybody use the word revelatory. Hold up. Hold up. I got about to yell. My kids are in there. Hold up. I got to get on to my kids. Hey, she better not have to repeat herself again. Appreciate the love, Tina, Claire, and Marie. Oh, you're closer to Utah. Yeah, you're closer to Utah without revealing everything, but you're closer to Utah. Me, no. What if you fail or have a bad Saturn return? You die. You die. Some people die during their Saturn return. That's the birth Saturn return. You die. Yeah. What if you just act stupid? You probably won't. If we're being honest. You probably won't act stupid. You'll fuck up everything. It'll make shit worse on you. Saturn isn't going to let you act stupid during that. But yeah. I doubt you act stupid on your Saturn return. Your life might be in a stupid play. Oh, I don't know. Like, that just depends. I'll take that back. It depends. You might be acting stupid, but you're learning lessons. Like, if you're in a Saturn return and you're not dying, which is the worst, you're learning lessons. You're still really trying to understand what Pluto going over your moon will mean. You've had Pluto go over your moon. Pluto went over your moon already, so think about what it meant for you, Tawny. No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm tripping. You're a Pisces moon. I don't know why I thought it was Capricorn. I thought you were Aquarius moon and it's been over Capricorn. I'm wrong. It hasn't been over your moon. I mean, Pluto going over your moon can mean a lot. I mean, it's going to be some intense emotional changes, how you handle emotions, how you feel about things. It's also going to possibly mean something to do with one of your parents. I mean, that's what it means fundamentally, but it depends on what house it's hitting. I mean, you don't do it. Saturn in your return, as much as people try to say that it's about doing a good job, it's not grading you. if your Saturn comes and returns and you didn't grow up or this, I mean, it's just going to be worse as you go on. Your life is going to keep progressing in a negative way. And then when you get to your second Saturn return, it's going to be all that more crucial. But yeah, Pluto is on your sun right now. But Pluto going over your moon, that's a deepening, you know, that's like a psychological thing. It's your emotional thing, but it's also a psychological thing. Like, this is where how you internalize things and how you deal with things internally is going to go through some really intense changes, and that could mean a lot of stuff. That could be a really crucial or critical time in your life, but there's going to have to be some type of event or something that happens that causes all of this to come out. And so that's why I'm saying those external circumstances are what really is going to start making things change inside of you. And that's a very stressful few years right there with Pluto on your moon. But Pluto's not going to go over your moon for 20 years. Pluto won't go over your moon for 20 fucking years, Tawny Watkins. Wait, what did AA ask? Hold on. Would Saturn return be considered the most maturing aspect transit in people's lives? It's one of them. I think I matured the most during my Saturn return. Pluto is not about to hit your moon. Your moon is in Pisces. 0 or 1 degree Pisces. Pluto is about to hit 0 degrees of Aquarius. So Pluto is over your sun, but it's not going to hit your moon for another 20 years. So that's the real. Pluto is on your sun. It's contacting your sun. But Pluto's not going to be over your moon for another 20 years. Pluto is nowhere near your moon. Oh, for your friend. Transiting Pluto conjunct Saturn. That's maturing. That's gonna make you mature, most definitely. If you're asking about something that's gonna mature you, that's gonna fucking mature you. It's gonna change you, make you boss up. It's gonna put some ideas in your head too. All right, y'all, it's time to go. I appreciate everybody's love and support. There's only 5 of y'all here. I got to go. If any of y'all are interested in any astrological readings, you need to get at me immediately in my email. Not here in these comments, in my email, which is mr.turner1300@gmail.com. That's mr.turner1300@gmail.com. I love you. I appreciate your support. I'm finna have to go. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Like right now. And hit the Cash App, right? I'm not the Cash App. The super sticker, the super thanks, for the super chat. Hit the super sticker, the super thanks, for the super chat right fucking now. I love you. We're almost done now. We got half of what we needed. We got a whole another week and a half to get the rest of what we need. So that's a big tremendous help right there. Well, yeah, we got a big chunk of it, but we got to keep coming with it. Anybody else have anything they want to say in closing? We got 3 minutes. I see my sons outside getting pumped. Now that sounds weird. No, I know that sounds weird, but what I mean getting pumped by is like, you know how you, when we were kids, you pump somebody on your bicycle? I don't know if y'all do that. But yeah. Getting pumped on the bike. You know, when you ride on the back or you ride on the handlebars, you get a pump. Oh, Double A, that's the first time I seen you say love us. We love you, Double A. Double A, my nigga. We love you. Double A. Take y'all to Texas before we go. All right. Yeah. I'm about to have a good weekend. I'm letting you know. I'm upset the Cowboys don't play, but that'll at least take some stress off me. We ain't getting whooped this week. But I'm gonna relax this weekend for real, man. For real, for real. Yeah. I ain't gotta deal with them Cowboys. Ain't no good boxing. What, is there a good boxing fight this weekend? Hey, when do Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight? Does anybody know? Even though that's some fake ass shit. When are Mike Tyson and Jake Paul gonna step in the ring together? That's the question. Does anybody know? Anybody know? Does anybody know? Fuck it, we're out.